So what's going on, guys? I'm Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about some really interesting leaks that have come up once again in the zombies community to do with possibly a standalone game, some big plans for zombies in the future. We know that Treyarch are working with Sledgehammer on the next game, so this year in 2021 we are getting Treyarch Zombies along with Sledgehammer Zombies. More information to come on that, and I'll also be talking quickly about yesterday's new Mao Toten teaser as well. So getting straight into this, I'm always interested when new leaks come out about zombies. It's very rare that it happens because zombies out of multiplayer or Warzone or the campaign is always the most secretive, so it's the last thing we ever hear about officially from our Call of Duty studios, whether it be Treyarch, Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward. The third game mode is always the last thing they talk about, and also when it comes to leaks, because these modes are usually so secretive, well, it's pretty rare that we get new information. It seems like every other day we're getting stuff about Warzone and multiplayer, whereas zombies, we're lucky if we get something once a month. So anyway, a very credible leaker in the community called Tom Henderson, he's posted a ton of things over on his Twitter in the past that have turned out to be true, but like I always say, with any leak, take it with a grain of salt. Personally, I don't know what's true and what isn't. I'm just reporting on the latest information I've heard, and obviously with any leak, things can always change. A lot of the time when things are in development, they can always be scrapped, prolonged, changed, so bear that in mind. But getting into this, yesterday I think it was, Tom Henderson released a new video on his YouTube channel where he spoke about everything he knows about Call of Duty Vanguard. That is the title for this year's COD, developed by Sledgehammer, and the zombies side is being co-developed along with Treyarch. And focusing on the zombies portion, well, take a listen to what he said, and also check his YouTube out. I will link it down in the description if you want to see the full video.
From what I was told, yes, Treyarch will be helping with the development of the zombies side of the game, but they're not necessarily getting super involved with it, but instead the example that I was given is that Treyarch might have given certain plot points of stories and different ways to incorporate Easter eggs, for example, but then leaving it up to Sledgehammer Games to take the story from there. But what was made very, very clear from the information that I heard is that Sledgehammer Games cannot ruin the future plans for zombies, because there is a lot of big plans for Call of Duty Zombies over the course of the next couple of years. I've tried to hint at that over on Twitter with the likes of a standalone game and stuff like that, but once I get more details on that, I will let you know. But from the point of view of zombies and Call of Duty, is that there is a lot of big plans for that so-called universe, the zombies universe, so that is something to bear in mind.
So he started off by mentioning what we already know, which is that this year's Zombies is being co-developed by Treyarch. However, what he said is that actually Treyarch aren't that involved. The examples that he gave was that Treyarch are helping with certain plots in the storyline and different ways to incorporate Easter eggs, but for the most part, they're leaving it down to Sledgehammer. And obviously, as you would imagine, if Treyarch are assisting Sledgehammer on the storyline, that means it must be incorporated into what Treyarch Zombies is. World War II Zombies must link into the Ether storyline, and because of this, what Sledgehammer can't do is mess this up. Whatever Sledgehammer do on their side for zombies, it can't ruin the future plans of zombies overall. Why? Well, he says because there are a lot of big plans for COD Zombies over the next few years. He mentioned he tried to hint about that over on Twitter when he mentioned a standalone game, which I'll talk more about in a minute, but from the point of zombies as a whole, there are massive plans coming for it in the near future, and because of that, Sledgehammer can't mess the storyline up because it's all tied together. And this we've already kind of seen evidence of, because the zombies mode has begun to link into Warzone. We had zombies in Warzone not too long ago. They began on the ship in Verdansk and then spread all throughout the different areas before it got nuked. So they'd already started to tie Warzone into zombies. What I think Activision are trying to do is just how they've tied Warzone into every Call of Duty. It was first a part of Modern Warfare, it's now a part of the Black Ops Cold War universe, and when Vanguard releases, there are leaks saying that it's going to have its own Warzone map, so Warzone will be integrated into Vanguard. Well, it seems they're trying to do a similar thing to zombies. They want to tie it into each and every game. And as Tom just mentioned, along with multiple other leakers, the Ether storyline will continue in Vanguard. Whatever happens at the end of Black Ops Cold War, that will continue on into the next game. Treyarch are giving Sledgehammer important plots for the storyline. However, it is Sledgehammer who are doing most of the work. Treyarch are just assisting, and for this reason, they can't mess it up, because that messes up future plans for what they have for zombies, which apparently are very big. One of those big plans Tom mentions is a standalone zombies game. Now, he first mentioned this in a tweet all the way back in March. He said, there are big things planned for zombies, it won't be just a third game mode for long. And then in a different tweet he said, there is a separate Call of Duty Zombies project in early development. that is not currently connected to any title, hinting at a standalone Zombies game. Now, this is something we've been asking for such a long time. I remember people, even during the Black Ops 1 days, BO2, we were asking because, Zombies was so big, it was taking off. Well, why don't Activision just give us a standalone Zombies game? I think it could hold up on its own with how big Zombies is, and also with how little attention it gets, because it is the third game mode at the end of the day. Still, now it comes behind the multiplayer, especially Warzone. You could even say the campaign, because a lot of the Zombies maps are based off campaign missions. Zombies is always last down the line, so if it did get its own game, it could have Treyarch's full attention. This is a dream for me and a lot of other people, and apparently, according to Tom, it was something that was in early development. However, over the past few days after he released this video, a couple of conflicting tweets came out. These were by Call of Duty Hope, where he said, "There is no standalone Zombies game coming. That info was completely misunderstood, knowing how and where it came from via sources. Outbreak is likely the only thing to exist across multiple games." So this is interesting because Call of Duty Hope, who was another leaker, says there is no standalone game. He believes he's also heard the same source where Tom got this information from, and he's just misunderstanding it. And then at the end he says Outbreak is actually the thing that's likely to exist across multiple games. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, I have no idea. I'm just reporting on the information. One thing I will say is I believe Tom is the only person that's tweeted about a standalone game. I haven't seen it from any leaker. To me, it does sound too good to be true, but I don't want to discredit him. But at the same time, I don't see how you can misunderstand a separate Zombies game. He said this back in February, and he's still sticking to his word now when we're in June. According to Call of Duty Hope, it is actually Outbreak that is going to exist across multiple games. That's something I can kind of see happening. It seems like Treyarch or Activision are really trying to push Outbreak. I know a lot of people don't like it, some people do like it, but according to Call of Duty Hope, we could be seeing Outbreak in Vanguard Zombies and even after, probably in Treyarch's next full game as well. But one thing we can all agree on is there are massive plans for Zombies in the future. Whether that be a standalone game, whether that's trying to connect the Zombies universe together, every Call of Duty game that releases from now on, whether it be Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer, if it includes Zombies, they're all going to be connected in the same universe. Either way, Zombies isn't going anywhere anytime soon. And just continuing on the topic of Treyarch assisting with this year's Zombies, I have covered this before, but it's relevant to this video, so I'll just quickly go over it again. Someone over on Twitter asked Victor Z, who is a very credible leaker, he was actually the first person that came out and leaked Vanguard. All the way back in February, he said it was another World War II game. Someone asked him, will it be Treyarch Zombies and Treyarch perks for COD 2021? And he said, thumbs up, yes. And this has been confirmed by multiple leakers. Since Treyarch are involved, we will see Treyarch's perks, so Juggernaut, Speed Cola, Quick Revive, all of those will be in Vanguard Zombies. As you would expect, if they're helping with the storyline, helping with Easter eggs, it's a continuation of the Ether story, so you would have expected to see Treyarch's perks as well. And in terms of storyline, again, I've covered this, but since it's relevant, I'll just quickly say it again. Call of Duty Hope tweeted, Vanguard Zombies will continue the Dark Ether storyline. It will not continue the story that was present in Call of Duty World War II. So confirming that Vanguard Zombies is a continuation of whatever happens at the end of Black Ops Cold War. For me, that's a little bit weird when you think about it, because Black Ops Cold War takes place in the 80s. Vanguard is obviously going to be during World War II, during the 40s. We don't currently have time travel in Cold War Zombies, so how are they going to explain us going back to the 1940s in Zombies when right now we are in the 80s? We do know that the Nazis are going to escape from the Dark Ether in Mauertoten. The last time we saw them was during World War II. How they're going to explain all of this, I'm struggling to say. Possibly they could link it into the Dark Ether. We know time in the Dark Ether works differently. They could try and explain it using that. Maybe all of our maps in Vanguard take place in the Dark Ether, or perhaps the Zombies portion of Vanguard does take place in the 80s. We don't fully know yet. And then, of course, Zombies Chronicles 2, something that a bunch of leakers have tweeted about. We know it's a thing. It exists in Black Ops Cold War. We're just waiting for Treyarch to release it. When that's going to be, I'm unsure. They could release it in Black Ops Cold War, although I can't really see when. They could also release those maps in Vanguard. They're there, it's just up to them when they do that. And then finally, a few off the topic tweets. Another leaker called Mogwellbot said, there are a few more scenes with the dog coming up in season 4.5, so when Mauertoten releases, we'll be hearing more from Samantha's dog, which we've heard of previously in Intel. And then I did say at the very end, I'd quickly go over the new teaser. So this is what we got yesterday for Mauertoten, a picture of the map Berlin, and some writing on it that says, Colonel, it has already begun, time is running out. Gorov. I think we can all guess what this is hinting at. It is the Nazis escaping from the Dark Ether. That would be my best guess as to what Gorov is going on about anyway. Other than that though, nothing really I can take from this image. So there we go, Mauertoten is coming in Season 4 Reloaded. which is about 3 weeks away. But something we can be excited for is, whatever you agree on, whether there's a standalone game or not, there are big plans for Zombies in the future. So there we go. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel. Could we get to what are we on now? 680,000 subscribers? I think we're close to that. So if you aren't already subscribed, I'd really appreciate that. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.